Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today's match for you is from my testing for BlackWarGreymon X. This is versus MetalGarurumon X. So two very top end decks that are super expected to do exceptionally well. BlackWarGreymon X anticipated to be the best deck of the format by myself as well as plenty of others, but MetalGarurumon X is the current, I would say, disputed best deck of the format. It is highly represented and does top at every single event, top 16 guaranteed to be several of them, and just a good, consistent, fast-paced deck, probably still even into next format and beyond, is perceived to be probably the most aggressive deck in the game, as well as being the most consistent at the same time. But BlackWarGreymon bring in a whole new line of utility with it and control pieces and just an absolute powerhouse of a deck. So I wanted to match these guys together to see how they perform. Again, this is just testing, so if there's any sort of misplays, please let us know in the comments, so that way we can learn from them and not make those mistakes in the future. Also, our new featured memory marker of the month is Modimon. So if you're a Tentomon fan or just a green fan in general, looking for a good new memory marker to pick up, or you're just a fan of getting the memory markers that we feature on the channel, again, this will be another great pickup. Very cute and just simple and basic. Just a perfect little flat memory marker on the bottom there. Just great for this game. Great for keeping track of your memory. Again, this is handmade out of clay by my wife, hand painted as well. You can find this on our Etsy store link in the description below. Also there you can find all of our previous memory markers that we featured on the channel in the past, as well as a little bit of our Battle Ready Inc. merch. All right, and if you want to see the BlackWarGreymon deck, or BlackWarGreymon X deck, make sure you check out our other series for where we're doing our Road to Nats, because that's where I'm doing my weekly step-by-step improvement of BlackWarGreymon X for if there's a BT11 format, or we're also doing every other week a EX3 testing to see which deck we want to take for that as well. But there I do the step-by-step of the progression of the BlackWarGreymon X deck for you guys. All right, so we'll go ahead and kick this off here. We do have BlackWarGreymon X going first here, hatching into Koromon, the Draw Koromon, and that is the promo Agumon that gives the 2k DP buff. So far, the DP buff hasn't been super crucial, but we haven't tested the mirror match yet. And I think that's probably where the most use will come out of it, is going to be in the mirror match. Here we're going to see the Black Agumon X coming down for an extra draw there, and then followed up with a Cool Boy to pass turn. And then we get the new Greymon X, which is an insanely powerful card. Kicking it over there, we can see Koromon going down into the Gabu that's going to search, playing the Davis, and Davis going to search out the Gabu X there for him. So lots of consistency pieces coming down on both sides, which definitely is what makes both these decks so good, is the fact that there are just an insane amount of consistency pieces on both sides of it. Now I do have this sped up a little bit. The MetalGarurumon X player does have way more experience playing his deck, so he's a little bit faster on his, whereas I tend to take my time as I'm, still learning the deck and then trying to work through the process here. So evoing into the Greymon X antibody, not the most ideal, does pass turn, 3 evo costs on that. Not the best, but when a break happens, it happens, so you just gotta do what you gotta do. We see the Cool Boy coming down, picking up the Garuru X there, and then goes into the Gabu X for that little additional draw, and then going to drop another Davis. There we see the Omnimon and Ice Wall getting bottom decked, but they do get a nice solid level 5 pickup for sure. So now it's time to act, though. They've got plenty of memory on their side, as well as Cool Boy. They're very powerful plays coming in soon here. So we do go ahead and slide that X antibody option underneath there. So that'll give us the not only the ability to Evo and swing on Evo, but as well as it also makes a lot of our abilities online for the new X antibody line here. But then just going to Evo into the BlackWarGreymon, popping 2 Tamers in the process just to pass turn. Gotta go ahead and start getting aggressive even without all the pieces. You notice that we did go into that The MetalGarurumon X there for 2 Evo costs, because the Greymon X reducing that Evo cost for that duo color. Super, super nice. Very powerful card. Extremely powerful when used in the right context, which I believe we do get to see here soon. So going into the Greymon X for 2 on top of BlackWarGreymon, and Cool Boy gaining some memory back, which will allow us to keep it on our turn. You're going to see that Black Agumon coming in raising, and then Agumon X antibody, the red one, on top of that. So switch from black back to red again. Just a very, very solid combo. So going to go ahead and swing with the BlackWarGreymon X, draw for the Koromon, just hitting into a Gabu, nothing too crazy there, but this will turn our Unsuspend ability online. That MetalGarurumon X, so good. Unsuspend during your opponent's turn with like Reboot, and trash the top card of Security. As well as potentially deleting a card also with the BlackWarGreymon X itself. And then we do see that Greymon and Raising area down there that we used to pass turn with. That's the one where you gain the memory back on Evo. Opponent does decide to promote up here. Very, very dangerous, because we can just redirect that back at us, or back to us here. Now they're just trying to draw into anything useful that they can. I'm guessing they don't have the option. We're going to see the X antibody. Trying to figure out how much memory. Are you paying memory to do this? No. Okay, you're just gaining memory off the Cool Boy and more draws. There we do see the X antibody option finally coming in down. Going for that Hammer Spark play. Very, very interesting. So they are choosing to go into the MetalGarurumon X, which will unsuspend and bounce the thing with the lowest level on the field. And then we're just verifying our abilities here on the new stuff. Going for that... ditch 2 of the same level to keep it on the field, preventing it from getting deleted or returning to hand. Don't even need to use the X antibody option to keep it on the field. Choosing to redirect, or choosing not to redirect here, only has security attack +1, or no security attack +1, just the single security attack, doesn't have enough cards in hand. But yeah, we choose not to redirect it there. They do have battle protection, and we are matched on DP. So I don't really want to lose my stack if I can help it. It does have blocker here. Oh, but we go for the Hades Force, which will go ahead and just delete him off the field, and allowing our BlackWarGreymon essentially to blitz. That should be for 2 less memory. I believe we paid 7 for it, but it should be for 5 because we have the X antibody option in play there. I can't remember if we catch that or not in this game. Here we're going to see that Cool Boy coming down. Pretty solid pickup. Gets the X antibody option as well as the Omnimon X, but decides to go ahead and scoop it up from there, though. Just cannot come back from that. It's too much on field. Cannot put up enough defense. So we are going first once again. Very similar play as before. We see that Koromon going into the Agu, and then just dropping the Cool Boy here, and totally whiffing on the Cool Boy search. Not what you want to see happen there. So then we're bouncing it back over. A very similar play over there as well. But this time we're going to see the promo Garurumon coming down in raising. Go ahead and pick up that Garuru X there on that Gabu X search. Putting us 3 memory, though. We definitely like to see that. Oh, massive brick. Having to drop the MetalGarurumon X, though. That is painful. That is so painful to have to do that. Putting our opponent at 5 in Garuru X is definitely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But it seems they might have bricked a little bit here. Whiffs on the Gabu X search, though. So plays the Gabu, Evos, draws for Evo, and then whiffs on the search. Ouch. 1 Evo into that Garurumon now. Again, another little bit of a dig here. Seems like they're breaking just as bad as we are, but they're breaking on not having level 5s, whereas that's all we seem to have. Definitely a rough position to be here. Goes for the BlackWarGreymon to pass turn, which is not the most ideal, but they also aren't aware of this matchup all that much. Again, this is just our very first little bit of testing here. So going for 1 Evo into the MetalGarurumon X, we have the MetalGarurumon as a source, so we can pop a 6,000 DP or less Digimon. So popping that BlackWarGreymon, which is, one of their more important, powerful pieces. They definitely hate to see that. No X antibody option though. Not the best because you can't swing and then Evo mid attack here. So having to read the cards, making sure we're picking the best line of play we can. Going into the BlackWarGreymon X. Don't get to really use any sort of a great use out of it this turn. No unsuspending or anything like that to trash a security or to pop a Digimon. But if it can stick around for another turn, it'll be in a great position. Here it looks like they will whiff a little bit though. They pick up another Gabu X, but no level 5s again. But now that this guy's stuck to the field for a round, and now we can actually start using some abilities, attacking unsuspended Digimon, and then unsuspending, we're in a heck of a good position now. So yeah, I'm going to swing over that. And then making sure we're reading all of our abilities correctly. So yeah, that unsuspend on their turn will be very, very strong, trashing a security as well as popping that Garuru. And then having that defense on field there. So then trashing the top card, just the blue memory boost, and then verifying that we do, in fact, pop the Garurumon there on the unsuspend. And I guess we're missing that. Oh, maybe we don't have the X antibody option. Maybe that was it. Oh, yeah. You have to have the X antibody option or the BlackWarGreymon as an inheritable. That's what it was. And then, yeah, so just going to swing again over with the MetalGarurumon inheritable that lets us attack unsuspended Digimon. And then evoing for 2 into the MetalGarurumon. Evoing for 1, Cool Boy gaining some memory back, so keeping us at 0 here. Evoing for essentially 0. Nothing to pop, though. It doesn't have a versatility of tamers or Digimon, but it's still very powerful. Has really nice protection abilities, so we won't have to worry about too much pulling it off the field. Just going to keep setting up here, and then going for a little bit of dig action with our Black Agumon. So adding a Greymon and a Dragonkin to hand, so getting that level 4 and the BlackWarGreymon OG. Kicking over to our opponent, they're just digging and digging, trying to get into something. Unsuspend, trash the top card of security. And then playing out the Gabumon to dig a little deeper, getting to pick up Garurumon. Goes for the level 5. Has the bottom deck, the WereGarurumon X. Probably not what they wanted to see happen there. So again, we see that Agumon and Raising. Got the Koromon. Going to gain a memory off that Agu X Evo. So 2 draws and a search. Go ahead and pick up that BlackWarGreymon X. Still need an X antibody option. I don't think we've seen it yet. We're just trying to dig into it. So 1 Evo here into the Greymon for another draw. 0 Evo into the Greymon X, which is insanely powerful. And then 2 Evo into the MetalGarurumon X, and that's the crazy plays right there. It's the 1 Evo, 0 Evo, 2 Evo, all those Evos all the way up, including the 0 Evo from the Agu X as well. Very, very strong. Debating the swing here, but then I remember, oh wait, when I unsuspend, it's going to get trashed, so there's no point of swinging here. And just risking checking something that there's no reason to swing to try to check. We're not going to be able to go for game. No Blitz Omnimon to speak of in this build, or in this version of the build. And then just evoing into the Greymon here to pass turn. That's the blocker. Unsuspend, trash last card, which was a Hammer Spark, which could have been really clutch on the following turn, since we cannot seem to get a memory fixer. Here they're just trying to draw into something, not really sure what to do against this massive board. Hasn't even touched security yet, so what do you do in this situation? We can just redirect it. Evos into the MetalGarurumon, but gains 2 memory back, keeps it on their side. No X antibody option, maybe? Oh, nope, there it is. Okay, so they do get into it, but, I mean, what do you do at this situation? You could go into the swing, go into your MetalGarurumon X, unsuspend. Cool Boy will keep it on your side, right? Yep, so you do that. It'll unsuspend and bounce the lowest play cost there. Just verifying it will be both, and just to make sure. But yeah, it's going to be both of the MetalGarurumons getting bounced to hand, which is really solid there. Again, we can choose to redirect it in this situation. It does have battle protection. We're both at 13,000 DP. It doesn't have the Gabumon for that extra little bit of bonus. Do decide to go ahead and do that though. Bold choice, I would say. Probably not even necessary, just because we have so much security. We could have just let it happen, I think. And then playing Ice Wall for 1. All right, trying to make a comeback here. Doing the best I can. We're at 0, or we're at 1. We're gonna Evo for 0 into the Greymon X. Tap the Cool Boy. Gain 1 puts us at 2. Now all of our level 5s are 2 Evo, so there we go. Digivolve that right there. And just verifying they do gain the blocker for the turn. So it's not just that Digimon has blocker, it's just when he Evos, he gets that blocker inheritable. Sliding in the X antibody option, because I was like, oh yeah, just Digivolve and we'll swing for game. But it's like, oh, it still has blocker. Okay, well then, I guess we could do something a little bit different here. So if we force the block at this point, they can't not block because they have no security to take it on the face with. So we swing Evo into the BlackWarGreymon X for 5, pay the 2 extra for Ice Wall, but it forces the block. They have no way to survive. Clears their field, and that will be it. We will take it right there. So yeah, it was a big Evo set, basically a 7-cost Evo there, but it basically sealed the game for us. We still had this body on field that's super difficult to remove, because we've got the X antibody option underneath, giving us that protection that we need. And, they have nothing in raising area. Our security is still untouched at 5 security. Almost a breeze of a game. They did have that one, I would say a little bit of a misplay, just putting that WereGarurumon out there to get popped early game. But that was also like not knowing the matchup all that well of how that interactions worked just yet. So definitely, in the future, that could definitely factor into it, as well as we both bricked a little bit. I mean, we could have seen it go a little bit different if we had both not bricked. But again, if BlackWarGreymon X doesn't brick, then I feel like it's just as crazy as if both decks brick at the same time. Very, very insane deck. Again, if you want to check out this deck profile or just see the deck as it evolves for us, go make sure you check out that Road to Nats video. And I believe it's going to be the even number of Road to Nats we will be testing out BlackWarGreymon X, just because at the moment I can't seem to find a deck that can beat it. We still need to test the mirror match here soon, and that might be how we beat it. I mean, if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, literally, might be the situation that we have to go to here. But still, really, really strong deck. We'll see it featured again later this week versus Commandramon, another one of my favorites for the current EX3 format, as a very aggressive, very consistent deck. See if it can stand toe-to-toe with the beast of BT11.